Hi again. Yesterday we received an email from a customer regarding the identification of an Irish stamp. The question was, is the smaller stamp on the right a counterfeit? So let's pull up that stamp so we can take a look. The customer said they had a pile of the one on the left and a handful of the ones on the right. And the number 3 is smaller. Too much it seems, so it's questionable. Can't imagine why anyone would counterfeit any stamp with little value, but we still cannot identify it. So today I'm going to show you how to identify these two stamps and what the differences really are. I will be using EzStamp with the latest edition of the Ireland database open, as well as EasyPerf and EasyImage to help us. So the quick answer is they're both legitimate stamps, just different printings, one earlier than the other. Let's see how we can tell. So first, notice the size of the numeral 3 on both stamps. On the stamp on the left here, the 3 is noticeably larger than the number 3 on the right-hand side. So there's one obvious clue right there. The colors are also different, but this one's more of a blue and this one's more of an ultra. But there's sometimes that can be hard to tell, especially if it's a used stamp. The second way to differentiate these stamps is by the size of the design. So if we measure the width and height of the two stamps, we should be able to get some kind of difference here. So let's measure the difference, the size of the stamp on the left. So if I use the measure tool in EasyImage, we'll just measure it here, and that works out to about an 18.3, almost 8, I'd say about 18. And then the one on the right, we measure that one, that comes out to 17. And again, if we measure the heights of the two stamps, if we measure the stamp on the left, we get 22, and if we measure the one on the right, we get 20.5. So one of the things that you'll notice is that when we go back to EzStamp and we pull up these corresponding stamps, I happen to know that there's 3 varieties of this stamp, but I'll pull up the first one first so that we can take a look. So that stamp is measured as 18 by 22, which matches this stamp here, the first one. And then the second stamp that fits the criteria in EzStamp is number 225, and that measures 17 by 20.5, which again is what we measured. Now the other difference that's easily identified is the perforation. So let's fire up EasyPerf, and then we'll load up each stamp. So we'll take the first one, and we have to change the resolution because I scanned these at 600. So the first one measures 15 by 15, and the second one measures 14 3/4 by 14. So again, quite different. So you take a look at Scott number 225, the perforation is 15, which matches this stamp here. And then the second, the other stamp, number 111, if I can get to it here, measures 15 by 14, which is pretty close to what we measured. I think we measured 14 3/4. Now, the other way to tell the difference between these two stamps, although I can't show it to you on screen, you'd have to do it at your end, but is through the watermark. But EzStamp does provide you with the tools to visualize what those watermarks are. So if you look at numbers 111 and 225, if you click on the watermark tool, there is Scott watermark number 262, which is what numbers 111 is, and it's basically the character E for ire. And then if you go to Scott numbers, oops, I have to close that. Go to number 70, you'll see that that stamp has a watermark number 44, which if we go here is this E with a kind of a backward S in it. Anyway, it's very easy to detect if you have a watermark, if you have watermark fluid or any other method of detecting watermarks. So by paying attention to the details, EzStamp can assist you in identifying your stamps. These details are usually listed in EzStamp in the notes area, or are there, in the metrics of the stamp, whether it's watermarks or perforations. We'll be creating some more videos like this one to help beginners and more experienced collectors alike in identifying some stamps. Okay, enjoy.